Okay, are we live? We're live. Hey friends, this is Bobby Shanks. I am the very proud owner of Shanks Realty Group here in northern Jefferson County. We are a suburb of St. Louis. And I have with me, as always, my rock star partner, Donna Mitchell. Except you're not Donna Mitchell.
No, I'm subbing for her today.
Yeah, so introduce yourself.
I'm Sarah Colombo. I'm one of the real estate agents at your brokerage.
Yeah.
And I was also your gym manager for quite some
Oh,
time.
that's
So
right.
we've invested.
Yeah, well, that's how we met.
Yeah.
That's how we met,
And you
right?
sold my house.
And I sold your house. Yeah, that's funny how it works. So tell your fans what is the number one referral you can have right now as a realtor, for what you're looking for, a specific area. Like, what do you want? Tell us what you want.
So I think I tend to lean more towards buyers, partially because I like to shop. So I get to shop with other people. It's great. It's like I get to buy a home every time, but without actually having to spend the money.
Right. And see, I lean more towards people who are listing a home.
Yeah.
But my distribution, it's about 50-50.
Yeah.
So everybody kind of has that chicken and
Like you're
egg.
gonna have some no matter what.
Yeah.
But
don't get me wrong. I have more fun with buyers because it's just a lot of fun to look at homes and and share your knowledge
well,
base.
and like if I'm gonna go shopping with you to buy a home, I don't want you to buy something I don't like either. So I'm not gonna put you in a home that I don't like because I want to come over. I told my first buyers, I was like, if you don't buy this house, I will, and if you're gonna sell it, I'll take it.
I'll buy it.
Like, go ahead and just give it to me.
You want to hear something crazy? The second house that I ever bought, I designed.
Really?
For a client, and I told that family, I said, like the day they were closing, I have pictures. I said, whenever you're ready to sell, I will be your buyer.
Well, I did.
I bought it.
I think I genuinely might be because they relocate for work. So if they have to move again, then either way, if they're selling it to me or I'm selling it to somebody else, I'm probably going to be selling that house. But
all right, let's talk about fun stuff, not just work stuff.
Well, work is fun.
So what did you do for Labor Day?
So I was getting over a cold. So I was kind of a bum, watched a lot of Dance Moms. And then I also worked my other job as a personal trainer.
Hold on. What is a dance
You've never
mom?
So there was this series. It started.
Is this one of these Hollywood wives of Hollywood, or is that kind of like that kind of thing?
It's the reality TV, yes. But it was about a dance studio in like Pennsylvania and the kids and the mom and that crazy teacher. And it was like a series for like, I don't know, years. It got out of control.
Is this Honey Boo Boo?
It's
that adorable little blonde girl.
No, that was Toddlers and Tiaras. This is like the graduated version. Like when they stopped being toddlers in tiaras, they were dance kids. And the crazy moms.
Don't get me started about crazy moms.
You probably.
Or super moms. Super moms.
Any mom.
Yeah.
Like my mom, I don't know how she did it. She worked. She was a top person in the hospital, director in charge of everyone. She's 4'10", bossing everybody around. And then she would still come home and deal with me.
That's awesome.
But she was good at that.
So for Labor Day.
Dance moms. And then I trained some personal training clients.
Okay.
Because they were at work.
Yeah. So side note, kind of your, I don't know what they call it, these gay side hustle or my other gig or my side gig or whatever, but you're a personal trainer as well.
So because I was in the fitness industry, I don't think I'll ever be out of it. I don't think I'll ever be done. So I still train some clients. I have a really useful specialty and I like to not take that away from people.
Well, I'll tell you what, a lot of my clients, I met at the gym.
Exactly.
And so, boy, that totally makes sense, to put yourself, to take, whether it's church or maybe it's a dog group, Jeep group, Harley group, whatever, gym, your gym group, everybody has a place where they get most of their.
And they honestly go hand in hand because I have multiple of my clients that I've had in real estate who are like, oh, once I'm done with this process, can we also talk about training? And then I have like people from my group classes or personal training who are like, hey, we also need to talk about me buying a home. So they actually work really well together.
It's awesome, isn't it?
And it's the same kind of concept. Like you're both clients. It's just one is fitness and one is homes.
Yeah. So for Labor Day, I had an unusual Labor Day this year.
You got to go to a concert this weekend too.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I won't talk about my whole Labor Day, other than I will say that this is the first Labor Day in years. It may be that I remember. I was busy, right?
Yeah.
I had I had a lot of paperwork stuff to do and emails and such. But as far as making plans to have appointments with my clients, I worked Friday. I worked a little bit yesterday Sunday, but Saturday. I mean, Sunday, I legitimately took the day off.
As you should. You gotta do
Well,
every
I mean,
every now and then you gotta do it.
I guess it happens when, like, for me, it
Burnout
just
is
happens.
a thing.
I don't have burnout. I love what I do.
I mean, yeah, but
Do I have burnout? Am I getting cranky?
I think with
Have you
your
noticed?
ADHD, I don't know if burnout is possible.
No, it's not.
You're all over the place.
It's
too much.
new.
You
It's something
don't
new
get
every day.
bored. Yeah.
Oh, look, a shiny object. Let's chase that.
Let me just sweep the whole entire studio before
Right.
we go on.
Oh, I know. It happens. But listen, Sunday, got up, went to church on the bike.
Yeah.
Jenny and I did. Then we went to why am I having Cedar Lakes. Sorry, Cedar Lakes Winery.
The weather was
Which-
good this weekend too.
Oh yeah. Oh, the weather.
It's a
Forget
good
about.
weekend.
I actually took a nap at the wine. I know it's sad.
So underrated though. Naps are so
Oh,
important. And the
best.
fact that we used to fight them so much as children,
Yeah.
should have just taken them when I had them.
And then Sunday night we went to a concert at Hollywood
Yeah.
Amphitheater. Got to see Papa Roach, which is not normally my breed of live entertainment.
You look
But
like you were having
man,
a
that guy. Okay, seriously, the guy for Papa Roach did a better concert than Shinedown.
I think I like Papa Roach better than China.
Man. And not just because they're a legend in that genre of music,
Well, they both
but the lead
are,
singer,
but I think those kinds of like live performances can make it or break it.
they were just the opener, and
Well, yeah.
everybody was on their
Honestly,
feet the whole
sometimes
time.
the openers are best.
It was good. It was really.
Did you
good.
hear what happened to the lead singer of Blink-182? Or no, not what? Oh God, no.
No.
Smash Mouth. The lead singer of Smash Mouth died this weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
What, like,
Liver
unexpectedly?
failure?
Oh boy, that
No,
one
like he was on
surprised
hospice,
me.
so like he knew, but
Yeah,
and
Jimmy
Buffett.
Buffett died. I was
Yeah.
going to bring that up. That is
Like all back to back too.
Jimmy Buffett. Wow, I want you to think about. You did one thing in your
But
life.
you did it
Like
well.
you did a lot of things, but there's one thing that you did. You wrote a song about margaritas, and that one song
Was an empire built after that.
with a B in front of it.
What?
$1 billion
Oh, yeah.
empire. One song.
Well, and it made resorts. It made.
He was
all-
probably
like
sitting on a
everything.
beach, half drunk, half who knows what else, and penciled that song. Who knows? Probably in the sand. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
But it just goes to show you, sometimes fate it doesn't just lean in one person's direction. Sometimes it will tilt the universe.
It really does though.
But you got to take action.
Like I'm one of those people who believe that everything kind of lines up. Like everything
It does.
goes the way it's supposed to. Like if I hadn't have had conversations with you when I was selling my house, then you wouldn't have sold my house. Then you wouldn't have offered for me to come work for you, and now I wouldn't be a real estate agent. And I like this a lot better.
Well, good. Let's talk about, okay,
Speaking of work,
speaking of Labor Day
Speaking of
and
work.
what was your first job?
so like my first like here's some cash job was I was helping out at like a day camp.
Okay.
And then my actual like first like real like big kid job, I worked at Bethesda in a rehab facility they had.
The one in Oakville?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah,
I
they
mean,
have that big bush that
Yeah.
says Bethesda.
Yeah.
It's like 10 foot tall.
So I worked there in high school.
Okay.
And then I had a lot of random weird crazy jobs after that.
Right. So my first job was, and it's hard to say what my first job was because I grew up in a small business owner family.
Yeah.
Just like my kids are. And my dad, to be quite honest with you, had a lot more going on than I do.
Really?
He had a medium-sized construction company that worked all over the Midwest, and that was like That was a
That's a lot.
that was a lot.
That is
Yeah.
a lot.
And I actually grew up in that company and painted water towers and I mean just all kinds of things. But obviously I didn't do that when I was younger. But my dad also owned like a Firestone, Bridgestone tire store. So I mean, it had a big showroom floor, and I had to mop that showroom floor and like all of the displays, whether it was mowers or chainsaws or tires, mufflers, I mean, a car, a motorcycle, whatever. On the weekends, I had to clean the showroom floor, and which I would say I enjoyed.
Yeah.
But I had to clean the bathrooms.
See, I think
I didn't enjoy that.
all of my jobs, like all of them, even Bethesda, they were all like interaction based. Like I worked with the people who were coming and going for rehab needs. Like they broke their hip, they just got out of the hospital. So like I interacted with them, and then all my my gym job and real estate, like all people jobs. But we've had some interesting ones in the group chat.
So yesterday we sent out a group text
to see what
to everybody in our company, which is a good sized list, and we said, "Happy Labor Day. What was your first job that you were paid for?" So these are from the realtors and the affiliates for Shanks Realty Group. Go for it.
So we have working at a roast beef restaurant in Arnold, where the hourly pay was $3.50
an hour, and that was Donna. Rack's roast beef. Next one, ballet instructor at the YMCA.
That one was impressive.
That was from Jesse.
I could never.
Yeah. Wow, Jesse.
My balance is terrible.
A ballet instructor?
Like, I know I work in fitness.
How do we not know this about you?
My balance is terrible. She should teach us a class.
Oh, honey.
Brokerage ballet.
Honey. I am designed to lift heavy things and
put them down.
And then put them down.
You like to lift heavy circles.
I'm not. Yeah.
Heavy circles.
Heavy circles.
It's awesome.
Yeah. I don't think I belong in ballet slippers.
You could try. We found a leotard for you earlier.
No. All right. What's next?
Washing dishes at the Ramada Inn.
Oh my gosh. And that's from Ryan. I love these because we all start out doing something, right?
And then you had the car showroom.
Babysitting.
Babysitting is a classic.
And then I said, babysitters grow up to be stone cold killers. And I have a butcher knife. I'm joking.
You got a lot of people in this group who babysat, so you
I know
watch what you say.
So I kind of got myself in a little trouble there, especially considering Donna's daughter was my babysitter for probably a decade.
So you just called her daughter.
Yes. I mean, I'm joking, of course.
Okay, this
here
one
we
was
go.
one of my favorites. That it was Maria's husband.
Okay, this is a good one.
Was a sheep shaver.
I totally get it. I've never shaved a sheep, but when I see it on Reels, I watch it.
I mean, it's satisfying, but my thing is, I grew up in the suburbs. Like, I grew up in Oakville, right? So, that wasn't an option. We didn't have sheep around.
And then someone commented, "Okay, sheep saver wins." Or sheep shaver.
Said it like 5 times.
Sheep shaver, sheep shaver, sheep shaver, sheep shaver, sheep shaver. Hey, I did it.
You did, actually.
See, that's where ADHD comes in handy.
It does.
Because you can talk really fast.
Fair.
All right, summer camp counselor.
So that was one of mine. That was like my first, hey, pay you under the table kind of thing. Yeah. And then DQ worker in Perryville for $4.25 an hour. So we're moving up a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Okay, and then we go on to some other
You're talking about other
continuing education and stuff.
The work stuff.
So I was actually I'll go one step further. I was driving to the Dewdrop Inn over the weekend. It's Bloomsdale.
Okay.
And I passed a field with a man on a tractor pulling a trailer, and one man throwing 70-pound square bale, 75-pound square bale on the trailer, and then getting up on the trailer to stack after it gets full.
Great shoulders.
Listen, bucking hay is the most miserable job
I'm allergic to hay, so I would just puff
ever
up.
had.
I get fall allergies really bad, so try to go to like the pumpkin patch and get a cute picture.
Oh,
It's not
really?
good.
So listen, if you're someone who's bucked hay, and by golly, if you did it on Labor Day, God bless your whole family.
Here's the
Because
thing.
it's miserable work.
On that kind of note, so like I grew up in Oakville, right?
Yep.
And for whatever reason, I've learned now growing up and like going other places, the perception of Oakville is that it was like country, that it was like
Really?
a farm town. But like we were classic, like middle class suburbia. People were like, oh my gosh, did you drive your tractor to school? And I'm like, nobody owns a tractor. Like, where does this,
That's so funny.
just because we were south. But then
Yeah.
that was our perception of everyone in like Fox
Mhm.
and Sackman, because you guys lived in the more like rural space.
Yeah.
So like everyone assumed we were driving tractors and shaving
Mhm.
sheep when we were growing up. But like
Oh my gosh.
I worked at a nursing home.
What'd you do for fun growing up? Yeah, we chewed tobacco and shaved some sheep.
That was not Oakville.
No, that's not Oakville.
Not Oakville.
So here's
at
what's
all.
funny is my perception of Oakville is it is the
I'm curious.
so Sunset Hills, Kirkwood, and Webster are kind of their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
But those aside, and their little surrounding zip codes, I would call Oakville kind of the West County of South County.
I could see that. You know what?
Their average sell price is
It's
well
high.
over $100,000 more than right here in this area.
Yeah.
And our average price has gone up probably 60 or
My mom and I were
70,000.
actually snooping on some of the neighbors' houses yesterday, and they're all up there.
like in the front window and everything.
well, like on my MLS app actually.
You creep.
I was.
Weirdo.
I have the power. I'm gonna use it. But you know what people
Sure.
in Oakville call Oakville? I don't know if you know this. I might get trouble
do
in
tell.
the community groups for this one. They call it the island because people in Oakville have a habit of never leaving Oakville.
I totally
They
get
don't
that.
want to go to restaurants outside of Oakville.
I totally
They don't.
get
If
that.
it's not in Oakville, they won't go.
You are right.
And so people in Oakville call it the island, and they don't ever want to leave the island. And it's bad. So like when you say, "Oh, I went here, I went there," I barely know what you're talking about half the time because growing up in Oakville, I don't go places.
That's so
If
funny.
it's not within my radius, I'm not going. I've gotten better with it. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Like in real estate, I need to know more. But people in South County don't want to ever leave South County. They want everything that they will ever need in South County. And the one thing they don't have that upsets them is in Aldi's. They're so upset about that. There's one in Arnold, and there's one all the way up
Oakville's-
Lindbergh.
That Oakville's kind of your baby.
It is. I grew up there. So
Yeah.
like I know that place like the back of my hand, but they don't have an Aldi's, and it makes them very upset. There's a group, like a community group, and it's argued about at least
Yeah.
once a week.
So what's on the menu for next week? Oh, so a quick, I don't know, kind of shameless plug. If everybody remembers from our show last week, if you have a special birthday
Like mine.
or Sarah's birthday coming up, so we're now doing some other. We're exploring multimedia marketing outside of just social media. One of those places being right here in our office. So we've got this gargantuan monitor hanging on the wall, like an iPhone, like a mobile device. It's vertical, and we're gonna start having
I don't know.
all of us up there, like in full size images. Kind of cool.
I don't know why I'm on an Oakville kick today, but there's
Yeah.
a place in Oakville. It's called Celebrity Car Wash, and they do that on their sign. You can book, but you have to book like years in advance. You can book to put "Happy Birthday so and so," "Happy Anniversary," whoever on their sign, and it's like on the main drag of Telegraph.
Yeah.
And it's like a big thing. Like you have to book it like a year and a half in advance because everyone wants to be on the car wash sign. So it's like that. We be like that.
Oh, that's good to know.
Mhm.
I'm sure that there's some sort of an appliance that hooks into the television and the internet and has a remote. And
They do
okay,
like
we're
the
getting
old
super
school one.
technical here. All right.
They do the old school one with like the little letters and like.
Oh, that is old school.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
But it's a big deal in Oakville.
That like Bob's Drive-In. I
Yeah.
could see somebody
Yeah,
like
they do
that
that.
doing that. All right. Well, I don't know how long we've been on here. Let's sign
But
it
we're
off
talking
for this
about
week.
birthdays. Yeah.
And if you're in the Oakville area and you're looking for a rock star real estate agent, give Sarah a
Native.
call.
No, all the
Native
streets.
to
I know all
Oakville.
the streets.
And we'll see you again next week. Oh, and we have another special guest next week. Thanks for joining.
You're welcome.
this week. Stay tuned. See y'all again.